Well, that's a good question. People often ask, from what age or at what age can you actually begin to start boxing? Well, let's probably start with this particular point. Boxing as a sport actually consists of three main things. The very first and most important is strength. For boxing, you need to be very strong. Technique is always built on strength. Because one person is strong in one area, another is strong in another. And the coach's skill is exactly in developing boxing based on all of these important things. The second aspect that should be considered is technique. Technique is built on strength. There's no other way. Let me explain this from another angle. There is such a concept. Dominant muscles. For example, take a boy who worked out, poor guy, and built himself a chest like this. And his initial strength, which comes from the body, really fires off powerfully. In other words, the muscle is very well developed. But because the muscles in the shoulder and scapula aren't developed, his dominant muscle just takes over. And at the very last moment, his arm collapses or goes off the line of the strike. So there's no rigidity at the final moment. He can't hold it. The punch falls apart. This is both a technical issue and also a strength issue. So from the first, we carefully emphasize the second. From the second, we thoroughly pay attention to the first. Strength and technique, they absolutely have to go hand in hand. But that's still not boxing. Boxing is the third thing. It's tactics and strategy. That is, it's the ability to use first your strength and second your technique. And you have to be so remarkably inventive in your overall strategy that this, and only this, is truly how you win. So, how can you possibly teach boxing to a 7-year-old or even a 5-year-old? You really can't, not in any meaningful way. There's just no way. In the very early stages, at just 7 years old, you'll simply be turning the child into a strongman. That is, you'll be preparing him with a series of special exercises, gradually strengthening his physical power and abilities, and carefully leading him step by step from building strength to developing proper technique. These are the first two stages, which you can work on until about age 14. And from 14, when all the chemistry changes, that is, as a teenager gradually turns into a man, the entire hormonal system within the body changes, and real masculine strength slowly starts to develop. So starting from around the age of 14 or 15 years old, that's the point when boxing as a sport truly begins for most young people. That's the stage when you are already, for the most part, mentally strong and resilient. Before reaching that age, it's actually very easy to break a child's spirit. Just one strong scare or a single traumatic experience is enough to do it. And after that, he simply won't be able to overcome it. He just won't be able to get past it. This can literally last a lifetime, so do not scare children with boxing. First, you need to help to strengthen your child. Then teach him properly and patiently. And only after that, move on to tactics and strategies. Teach him what he should and can do in a fight. This is a kind of responsibility that he needs to understand. Yes, it is really unconditional without any exceptions. Even now, people literally bring boys to me. Well, it's not that they're weaklings, but some of them can barely walk, and many of the children brought in are actually sick. They need help somehow. And again, I want to emphasize that there is a very fine and delicate line here, not to cause harm. You have to truly understand that, first and foremost, any sport should always be pursued from a health and well-being perspective. Growth and improvement are only possible when you are healthy. If you are not healthy, then there will be no growth. Moreover, health should be absolute, both here and here, in your muscles and everywhere else. For boxing, you need to be highly developed. But nowadays, there are fewer and fewer such people, so boys come in all sorts of conditions. Some are injured, some are not well. That's why it comes down to the coach's skill, how to bring them up. Because not everyone is ready for matches, for fights, for world championships, and so on, and so on. Most people are actually much more pragmatic in their approach, and they do it for themselves, for their own personal status, and for their confidence. Boxing actually consists of many different sports. There are 27 Olympic disciplines that are included within the broader category of boxing. Take sports like swimming, for example. Nowhere else can you truly learn to breathe in the way that swimming teaches you. Of course, swimming will help a boxer. The same goes for track and field. That is the broken rhythm, fartlek, the broken pace. Well, you can't do without it.